Audio Jungle.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another edition of Don Mafia Live, your go-to show for late and breaking NFL news Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. EST. Thank you so much for all of you who continuously come in, support the show. Certainly means a lot to me. Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I think that there's still some things that we need to discuss surrounding the Stefon Diggs situation. The plot certainly thickened quite a bit since the last time that we spoke, which was during Bills Mafia happy hour yesterday. We heard about the whole story. He was in Buffalo. He's still apparently in Buffalo. He got his physical done. Apparently, he had some meeting with McDermott, with Brandon Beane, and then he decided to leave the facility literally about an hour before practice were to start. So sounds like maybe they got into some riff. He got upset. He just wanted to remove himself from the situation. The media is currently absolutely going crazy right now. You know, just trying to pump out a bunch of these puff pieces saying, like, what would a trade destination look like for Stefon Diggs, man? Like, blah, blah, blah. And they refuse to mention the fact that if a GM were to ever release or trade a player with that much of a financial hit on their organization, they shouldn't have a damn job. They shouldn't have a job. It would be the dumbest financial situation, perhaps, in the entire world. So why would we do this? It's not going to happen. I've seen a couple of people in the live chat already discussing, oh, yeah, we've heard that he's going to be there today. Stefon Diggs is going to be at practice today. That's what somebody in the live chat, I believe it was Troy, mentioned that somebody from Buffalo Plus said that he was going to be at practice today. We don't know. I'm not even sure if media is allowed to be at practice today because typically they start going off on Twitter. And I haven't really seen a lot about today's practice, really just completely focused on Stefon Diggs. So super excited to get into the live chat, start this conversation. I see a lot of you guys showing some love already. Make sure you're going on ahead and you are smashing that like button as you come in. It takes less than a second. It's completely free. And it helps me out significantly with that YouTube algorithm. So, excuse me. I've been drinking a lot of coffee this morning. I'll tell you that. But as always, Don Mafia Live, the 11 a.m. show, Monday through Friday, is brought to you by the Monta sleep mask. I'm not sure about you guys, but I typically have a racing mind when it comes down into falling asleep at night, or even if I'm trying to put myself down for a nap so I can be as productive as humanly possible. Because when I'm tired, I'm worthless. I'm absolutely worthless. I can't focus on anything, and it's tough. So naps are important, and getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep are wildly important. Since I found this right here, Monta sleep mask, the information is pinned in the live chat, and then it's also in my description. This right here has helped my sleep out tremendously. I am achieving REM sleep like absolutely no other. It's wildly comfortable. They have these eye cups, so it's not completely like facing your entire eyelashes and everything like that, or your eyes. Wildly comfortable. You can't see a damn thing, and you can really focus on getting that sleep. Last night, I did wear this. I definitely wore this while I was going to sleep because my mind was racing of, oh my God, what if Stefon Diggs holds out this year? And Josh Allen's number one receiver is Gabe Davis. Or say, for example, we're going to have to completely switch up our entire offensive scheme. We're going to have to rely on a rookie tight end. So to be our number one go-to target. That's not looking too hot. We have a Super Bowl to win this year. What are we going to do without Stefon Diggs? But the Monta sleep mask, dude, nothing. REM sleep. Woke up a new man and was ready to discuss this possibility again. So Monta sleep mask, like I said, that link is pinned in the live chat. It's also in my description. It's a great gift for a girlfriend. It's a great gift for somebody you know that has trouble sleeping. Very good. And then my code, Don Mafia, will get you 10% off. Monta sleep mask, highly, highly, highly recommended, especially during these very difficult times we are going through right now. But we got a lot of people in the chat right now, absolutely blowing up. For those of you who made some comments earlier, please feel free to go ahead and shed your thoughts. But I'm starting toward the bottom, and then we'll just go from there. Damon, resident Dolphins fan, my friend. I was getting a little chirpy with some Dolphins fans yesterday during the happy hour edition. I think they just got under my skin, right? But you know what? That's sports, baby. That's some trash talk. That's how it works. I love it. But Damon's always been the man. I think it's a family thing with his brother arrest. John Osborne is coming in. That's interesting that you say that because there was news, I believe it was a couple of weeks ago, his brother ended up getting into some legal trouble. I'm not going to go into the specifics. If you were curious to see what has happened, then definitely check it out. But maybe he is trying to focus on making sure his brother gets proper representation. His name is cleared. Who knows? We really don't know, right? I mean, even with that whole thing last night when he ended up like sort of screenshotting that Instagram quote, just being like, tell whatever lies you want to make yourself feel better. Not really sure what to look into that, but I feel like we may never know. I feel like we may never know what is truly going on. Like, not unless like things hit the fan and then he goes on some podcast and he tells, like, he completely unleashes everything. I feel like at this point, we just need to like hope and pray that this man is showing up, that like this man is going to be showing up to practice today when it comes down to it. So I think it has to do with Ken Dorsey. Was Ken around yesterday? He was. I saw some pictures of Ken Dorsey from that practice yesterday walking around. I mean, for all we know, maybe Diggs is starting to sniff around a little bit that Dorsey's scheme is not quite as friendly to him as Dable's was. Maybe Dorsey doesn't really want to utilize Diggs as often. Maybe he was pissed off about us getting a tight end because he's seeing the writing on the wall. He's like, hey, like maybe Dorsey's trying to replicate what they have going on in Kansas City, and he doesn't have a plan for me. Maybe it's something to do with Josh Allen. I feel like at this point, it's exclusively speculation. There's really not much else we could put into it. Stefon wants to play with a team that doesn't choke. Matthew Walker is coming in. Who's your team, bro? Who's your team? Because last time I checked, if you're in the AFC East, at least we're in an opportunity to choke. At least we have a stage in which that we can choke. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I do normally bring guests onto this show because I love hearing an objective opinion of what everybody has to say. He is a regular guest right on my show. He's going to tell us exactly what he feels about the Stefon Diggs situation, if Bills fans should be nervous, if you other fan bases have an opportunity of getting him, what you think is going on. Without further ado, I got my boy, Pantherology, Clay, Rop, rolling on in. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are we?
Good. Thank you for not trolling me yesterday and giving me my time to grieve.
I was giving you a little bit of shit, but not like nothing too crazy, nothing that you couldn't handle.
Yeah, man, most definitely. So I did want to bring you on just for a couple of minutes. I feel like that we have to hear, like, from an objective standpoint, what are your thoughts on this whole situation? What if you were a Bills fan and like from an outsider looking in? And by the way, guys, this guy runs an absolute incredible Panther channel. It's called Pantherology. Do me a favor, go over there and show him some love. He goes live every morning too for lunch break. Really dives into a lot of news. Check him out. What are your overall thoughts when it comes to this Stefon Diggs situation? Should I be nervous? Do you think this is going to be ironed out? What are your thoughts on this?
I think it's like this is a tough situation for really. I think any organization to go through, and then a lot of people are kind of right though. We are kind of seeing the diva Diggs that we kind of were seeing and hearing over at the Vikings, right? But I think that really, if the thing is that even if Stefon Diggs, because there's rumors that he wants to play with his brother over there at the Cowboys. The problem is the Cowboys don't have the cap room I don't even think the Cowboys have the cap room to even sign him if they wanted to. They would have to trade all that stuff. So I don't even think they have the cap room to do so. I don't think that you have anything to worry about because he did post something on his Instagram story, which was pretty interesting to me. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I did.
So I kind of, with that being said, and him I feel like he's kind of coming out with that post saying, hey, like, there's nothing really to worry about. Maybe he's got personal issues going on that we don't know about, and he's dealing with that. There's multiple things that could be going on. I don't think that's anything to worry about. Like, yeah, just be letting people cap. If them lies help you sleep better, tell them big dog. I think that's him saying to this mass media and all that, saying, hey, I'm going to be a Buffalo Bill. I'm going to be here, but maybe he's just dealing with something, or maybe he needs to let off some steam. I don't know. It's kind of a very weird and touchy situation, in my opinion.
It's weird too, because like when I took that quote and then I copy and pasted it in Twitter, I saw so many different people, and this was from the past as well, quoting this verbatim. So I'm asking myself, is this a quote? Is this a song? Is this a song or something like that? Or is this something that somebody may have put out on, I don't know, like he's quoting a show or something along those lines? He does this a lot, right? Like there was this one time where it was this summer where he said, somebody come save me. And everyone's like, oh my God, like he wants out of Buffalo. But then it turned out to be like a Drake song that was just released like the night before. Like dude was just jamming. He was like, that quote's dope. And so like, I know like during the weekend. And so when I have a couple in me and if I hear like a dope ass lyric, yeah, I'm going to tweet that.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that people need to look into it and be like, oh my God, his dad officially lost it. Like, nah, dog, I was just vibing with the song and I wanted to share it.
Yeah.
You know?
We've all been there. I mean, we've all had our fair shares of the drinks and letting the lyrics run through our heads. But I just don't feel like there's really anything. I don't know if there's really anything to worry about with this. It's just a weird situation because it is mandatory minicamp, and him not being there is kind of, definitely awkward for the team.
Definitely.
Part of me does feel like Stefon Diggs is not a true team player, because part of me thinks that he is got that look. He does have that diva-ish side to him, but I don't know if what his problem really is. And I don't know if it's the Buffalo Bills, or if it's not the money, or if it's he wants to go play with his brother, or there's a personal issue. So there's multiple things and multiple scenarios that we could be running through our heads and worrying about, but we're not really going to know, obviously, until he comes out with whatever it is, and if he shows back up or whatever.
Yeah, like it's interesting because like I'm not sure how close you've been following it, but it started off like he's in Buffalo. He was there Monday.
Yep.
He had a pre-minicamp physical.
Mm-hmm.
And he was there Tuesday morning, and apparently he had this meeting with Sean McDermott and then also with Brandon Beane, and then dude just left right before practice, apparently abruptly. So we don't know if it's Josh Allen, if it is coaching, management, who knows, but this is what Josh Allen said, and a lot of people are starting to think, oh, I wonder if there's beef between J.A. and Diggs. Let's see.
Oh, I know internally we're working on some things, not football related, but Steph, he's my guy. I excuse me, I fucking love him. He's a brother of mine. This does not work what we're doing here without him. We wish he was in here today and was out there on the field with us, and that's not the case. But I've got his back no matter what. And again, I've got no doubts that we will figure out what's going on, and freaking love him. I can't stress that enough. There's things that I could do better, and to help out with this process and try to get him back here and be the Buffalo Bill that he's meant to be.
So I look at that and I'm like working on things that are non-football related internally, meaning like, okay, is my quarterback and Diggs, are they beefing? Like on the sideline in Cincinnati, like did he say like some unforgivable shit that Allen just ignored him the entire offseason? Because like these two like were damn inseparable first couple of years during the offseason, hanging out all the time. Like Diggs didn't even congratulate him when Josh Allen ended up getting his cover for Madden. So a lot of us are kind of like, okay, what's going on here? What's the true story?
I mean, I don't see. I mean, it wasn't like last year Stefon Diggs had a season or something that he was going to be put on the Madden cover, right?
Yeah.
Not like he had a Justin Jefferson season, so I don't think it's that. Maybe there was maybe they were talking about maybe a new plan or something this year to get the offense more involved and maybe try to take some, I guess, targeting off of Diggs. Maybe he didn't like to hear that because maybe felt like, because people, they talk about this changing the offense and stuff like schemes up and all that this offseason, especially when you're bringing in new talent and signing guys and whatnot. So maybe he didn't like the idea of maybe the offense. Maybe there is some beef between Josh and him right now. Maybe there was something that happened on those sidelines in Cincinnati. Maybe. But at some point though, you got to let bygones be bygones. Now, hopefully that whole girlfriend issue wasn't anything that was going on between Stefon Diggs and Josh Allen. Like if Josh Allen smashed his girl, and that's the reason.
You saw that in the live chat, probably.
Yeah, I did. I saw that. I'm gonna take that and run with that. But like maybe that could be like, I mean, there's so many multiple scenarios in this situation that I could see. But I don't think that's the problem. I just see that I see Diggs being a Bill, and I don't think y'all really have anything to worry about because I mean training camp is not far away. So the sooner, I think what is it, July 12th or whatever it is, something before that, like you gotta be there like on that day. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, like right now, dude's accumulating something like $30,000 per practice that he doesn't go to. So apparently, it must be something pretty significant, at least in his own eyes. But I don't know, man. We're just gonna have to see. Clay, is there anything you'd like to say right before I let you go? I'm about to go ahead and show the live chat a little bit of love for the rest of the stream here.
Not much, man. Gonna be live here at 12 o'clock here shortly. Gonna be doing lunch break with me. Gonna be talking about some Carolina Panthers news. So if you would love to come over and check it out, gonna be talking about Brian Burns' extension contract that we could be seeing. Bryce Young. Gonna be talking about Jonathan Mingo, our second round pick wide receiver that looks like a stud, and then also going to be talking about Dante Jackson's status and his injury update, and hopefully he's going to be coming back and well. But yeah, check me out on Pantherology. Make sure you smash the like button here, but come over there and come and smash that like button over on my side. Come check out Pantherology. Come join me at 12 p.m. EST.
Go show the boy. Yo, Clay, man, I appreciate you, man. And then I will be tuning in myself.
Appreciate it.
Peace,
Bye.
man. Peace. Clay Ropp, great guy, great Panthers channel. It's always nice to hear some outside perspective. I did want to ask him as well. I did want to say, hey, what do the Bills look like without Stefon Diggs, right? Like, what do they look like? What do they look like without Stefon Diggs? I'm not going to lie to you. Not that good. Okay. I feel like that would be a pretty significant blow right to our offense. And I would be having a lot of different questions. I would be like, okay, are we going to win the division with having just like a bunch of, I would say, mid-tier receivers? Because once Diggs is out of that equation, y'all, we really don't have much. We better hope our run game has improved as much as we think it has this offseason. We better hope that Dalton Kincaid is going to live up to the damn hype. We're going to have to knock it out. And then there was also something that got completely overshadowed. Knox ended up getting hurt at practice yesterday. From reports that I have read, it doesn't seem to be that significant. Apparently, it was Taylor Rapp. It was some sort of 7-on-7 or 11-on-11 drill. And then I think Taylor Rapp ended up sort of going lower and accidentally got Knox injured. He walked off of trainers for a bit, but then he returned, but he didn't resume any sort of football activity. So we're going to have to see what any updates on that is like. I would imagine if the team or coaches talk to the media today, which I'm assuming, I'm not sure if anybody is seeing anything. Does anybody know when practice starts? Is today one of those days where media just isn't allowed in? Not particularly sure, but we're just going to have to see what this looks like. Elliot, my guy, longtime viewer of Don Mafia Live, says, without Diggs, we look a lot like the Chiefs, giving Kincaid steps up his rookie season as much as we need him to. He's going to have to live up to the hype. And I hate talking hypotheticals because I do believe that this is going to be resolved hopefully by today. Because don't get me wrong, I love that so many of you are tuning in. It's a great thing, but this is not a topic that I want to discuss, right? Like, I want to discuss like these like very vanilla topics. Like, oh man, did you see the route that Justin Shorter ran in practice today? Like that, like it's not as exciting. It's not as like media driven, but it definitely makes sure that I don't have a lot of stress in my damn life when it comes into it. So it's I just really hope that this gets solved, man. Pat is coming in saying that Steph is going to play this whole season. I am not concerned. I feel like that's the case, man. I really do. Like I said, he's going to be a Buffalo Bill all year, right? Now, the question now becomes is like, what happened where he's so angry, where dude's getting paid? And so if you're getting like, I thought I read something that due to his restructure, he was owed like $20-something million, like deposited right into his bank account. The contract is not an issue. The contract for Stefon Diggs is not an issue. So he must be pretty damn pissed off about something if you are not going to practice when you are owed all of that damn money, right? So my biggest concern, and I think worst case scenario is that dude just holds out. He said, dude, I'm not playing for y'all. He just, he pulls an AB, does his thing. Who knows? But and so you have to run the rock to win the trophy. Absolutely. Run the damn ball, man. That's something that our offense has missed for quite a significant amount of time. Tiny Van Living is coming in saying that Diggs is the only player who thinks hating losing is a reason to not show up to work. Everybody else showed up, even though they also hate losing. He's not special. Be a leader. Bucket with your girl is coming in. Hey, Don. And so I'm a Bucks content YouTuber. And so are you open to collaborating with me this season? Absolutely. Shoot me a DM on Twitter or shoot me a DM on Instagram. You can find that information. Same handle. Hit me up. More than happy to do any sort of collaboration. Love working with other content creators. That's for damn sure. So the Chiefs wide receiver core doesn't have a true number one, in my opinion. Just a lot of fast guys that get open because of Kelsey and Mahomes. It's definitely a unique offensive scheme that works for them. It can be done, but you need the perfect pieces. I mean, we don't really have a lot of speed, like outside of that receiving core. Maybe outside of Hardy, who's pretty fast. Sherfield's okay. Gabe Davis definitely isn't a burner, right? He's definitely not a burner. So let's just hope that this isn't something that we're going to have to implement too soon, at least, hopefully. Bullseye Bob says, Diggs showing his true colors. Oh, well, let's hope that this is just a giant, like, small bump in the road, and, like, we just completely forget about it. Like, I hope he's at practice today. I hope that there's, like, a bunch of highlights of him at, like, absolutely balling out. There's no doubt in my mind that Bills Mafia will forgive this guy almost immediately once he goes out week one and he receives for like 150 yards and 3 touchdowns. I'm sure that should be good. Bada Bing Crosby coming in saying, why does McDermott even do press conferences anymore? He refuses the questions we want to know and then leaves Vaughn and Josh to try to answer for him. That's not how a leader head coach should act. Half of these guys are media trained, man, right? Like half of these guys are media trained, and a lot of that comes from the front office and the organization as a whole, right? Like these guys aren't ever going to give us like actual answers. I mean, unless you're like a Rex Ryan who did, right? And like when an organization is like, okay, like you need to keep this buttoned up, like sometimes like your hands are tied and it's not even necessarily McDermott. And that's why all of them sound like drones for the most part, outside of maybe a couple of players who just don't care, right? So, Lucas is coming in saying, I want to hear about camps, baby. How was day one of camp going? So from what I understand, outside of that massive story within Stefon Diggs, from what I understand, camp looked pretty good. It was nice having each and every single player out there. the Taylor Rapp situation where Dawson Knox was hurt, that's a little bit of a concern. I don't feel like that there was that much of a concern, but they were just sort of treading a little bit with caution. So went out there, and then those trainers ended up attending to his whatever it was. I think it was like a knee injury. And but then he just ended up going back out there. No football activity. They were just, sort of treading with a bit of caution, which they should. They definitely should. It's just is what it is, right? And trust me, Lucas, dude, same thing, man. Same thing. Like I said, I would absolutely love to like have this episode or like my content just to go back to like, how's the Bills practice going? You know what I mean? It's, man, dude, like I feel like that's exactly what this stream has been for the past month, because it's been the whole like D-Hop watch. It's been Dalvin Cook. It's been now, oh my God, does Stefon Diggs not want to be on our team anymore? Not stuff I enjoy talking about whatsoever. But trust me, once all this gets settled, we're going to talk about that we need to run the damn ball, that we got to run the damn ball, baby. I'm still high on Damian Harris. I'm still high on Latavius Murray. We already know. Wyatt Whitaker is coming in, Dolphins fan, saying, "Sup, Dan, I'm ready for that roundtable." That is right. The AFC's roundtable is tonight at 8 p.m. EST. And damn, let's just say that I am prepping for a lot of heat from the boys on the roundtable. I'm sure I'm going to be getting trolled for the hour and a half. I'm sure during our Patreon segment, I'm going to be getting trolled for quite some time. But we're just going to have to see what's going on. We're just going to have to see how all of that plays out. Wolf Clan coming in saying, "Sorry, not trade D-Hop, trade for Davante Adams." So D-Hop's a free agent. We wouldn't be able to trade for him. And then Davante Adams, man, like I think that we're jumping to conclusions right here. I don't think any of that's going to happen. I think the whole Diggs thing is going to be completely resolved, hopefully by today. Hillslayer is saying, "Dan, you're seeing it wrong. This content is good for views because it's polarizing." Absolutely, 110%. That's why all these like media heads and like all of like these like giant like news articles being like, "What are the top destinations for Stefon Diggs to go to?" And like they're just absolutely riding with it. And Dooman's getting a good bag too. Cody is saying we would be bottom 5 without Diggs. I wouldn't say bottom 5, probably more middle of the pack. I mean, definitely don't sleep on the ability of Josh Allen, bro. Like, really don't sleep on the ability of Josh Allen. For the longest time, that dude was just known. That was just known from like that perspective. But I feel like we'll be okay. Dorsey is Diggs beef. He's right too. Josh was squirming. Aqua Beast is coming in saying, "Morning, Dan, this bull crap. I want the Bills to be good and have a good division game." Man, like I said, this is just a massive storyline for all we know. Like, how funny would it be? Like if like Diggs like just like had like some bad Chick-fil-A that morning and he just had food poisoning and like he had a dip and like everyone was just absolutely going crazy. My point is that nobody knows what the hell is going on. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. Pulling an AB would kill my soul. Man, we've been through enough. Saying the Bills without Diggs is the same as the Chiefs is a ridiculous thing to say, but I can't see him sitting out. No. We're not saying that we would have the same production, but like that would have to be the sort of offensive scheme that we would need to adopt. I'm not saying that it would have the same production. That's for damn sure. Just like riding completely off of a tight end and then hoping that we could rely on our receivers just to get open occasionally. Hillslayer 12 is saying Bills culture is like family, but when family fights, it's toxic. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. And so I hate to say it, but Diggs is a drama queen. He showed it back in Minnesota, and he's showing it now. Great receiver, but no team needs the drama. It should be fine, dude, honestly. Like, I mean, for all we know, like, Diggs could not be at fault at all. He could not be at fault at all. We don't even know. I mean, worst case scenario, maybe the dude just wants some communication, right? Like, he just wants to be, like, put in the loop of what is going on with teams. Like, maybe he wanted to know where the negotiations with D-Hop were going. Maybe he wanted to get an idea from Dorsey. Just be like, "Hey, man, how exactly are you planning on utilizing me this year?" Do you plan on making any changes so we don't run into the same situation we did during the playoffs? There's a lot of things that I think that could have been addressed, and things that I think are worth it at the end of the day. Chris716 saying, at work watching. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate that, man. Bills Mafia is always in here. Awesome. So do you think Diop is still a possibility if anything happens with Diggs, or even just to add him to the squad? He's visiting the Patriots right now, man. Like I said, I am completely off that train. I am just going to live the rest of this offseason with the assumption that we are not getting DeAndre Hopkins. And if we do, I will just be pleasantly surprised. Lucas says they just give the most generic AI answer. I wouldn't be surprised if they are artificial intelligence at this point. It's not ideal. Diggs is an all-in kind of guy. He clearly needs some answers before he goes back to being all in. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that maybe he just went up to Dorsey. Maybe he went up to McDermott. He was like, hey, like, what are like the actual action steps that we need to take to get over the hump? Regular season isn't my concern. I want to hear about what changes we're making so that we can get over the damn hump. And maybe they're just not giving the answer that he likes. Maybe they're just saying, oh, man, we're just going to ride with it again. Same. Trust the process. Maybe he's getting sick of trusting the process and he wants some actual actionable change, like a plan at least, right? Thomas Burke is coming in saying, please abandon the team. It's June practice. McDermott needs a wake-up call. He needs to be a modern coach. McDermott fumbled like his team. Keep it real, but Thomas Burke, man, he's mad at McDermott. And so did you catch the Von Miller interview yesterday? He lit up mentioning Kincaid, something like that Kincaid kid is ridiculous or something like that. Man, dude, I've seen nothing but reports. I've seen nothing but reports that Kincaid has been impressing. Z-Bot and then also Rico on one of their streams last week, I think it was during OTAs, they said that according to their source, right? And I don't know who the source is at all, but they said that he's playing like a future Hall of Famer. I'm not trying to get too high on that statement. I know he's a rookie. He's never played a snap in a regular season football game, but that's good to hear, if true. Big, if true. Bullseye Bob. I was thinking this the other day. The bickering Bills return. Bring on 4 in a row Super Bowls. Let's just hope that there is a different conclusion at the end of the day. Reload Productions is coming in saying, I am worried. It's definitely not a good thing to have your team, especially your star receiver, be at odds with whether or not it's Josh Allen, whether or not that it's the organization. It's not a good sign, right? And it certainly has nothing to do. With the fact that he's not getting paid. It's not a contract issue. So what is pissing you off that much that when you were owed that much money this year and you got the bag that you don't show up? There's a lot to this story that we need to figure out, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot to this story. They said it's not a football thing. It's not a football thing. Based off of that Josh Allen interview we just ended up watching. It's not a football thing at all. So what the hell happened? You know what I mean? What's the weather looking like over there today? I am in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I was born in Buffalo, moved down here when I was about 13 years old. I still currently reside here. It's nice, bro. It's nice. Sunny, blue skies. It's about like 84, 85 degrees. Once this is all said and done, I will probably work a little bit outside today. I'm going to go to a coffee shop down the road, sit outside, and then knock it out. Jordan Smith says, Dan, I enjoyed your bantering last night on that Dolphins guy. Choo-choo. Yeah, I saw that he was in the stream once again. I mean, dude, and so if you come at the dude, like, expect the smoke, right? Like, you can't talk trash and not expect me to absolutely end your team, right? It's how it is. It's how it works. Same thing, man. Like, I feel like I'm going through my villain arc, especially when it comes into the AFC's roundtable. Like, tonight, I'm about to be extra. And so tonight, I'm about to be damn extra. And it's going to be an episode to watch tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be an episode to watch tonight. That's how it goes. So Kevin G would say bottom 5 wide receiver group. That I agree with. That I would agree with without Stefon Diggs on this team. Cody said even Jenna from Buffalo Plus said bottom 5 without Diggs. Absolutely. 110%. And so would another team agree to assume some of the dead cap number if a player is traded? I mean, maybe, but we're just going to have to see. I doubt that. I still, I'm dying on this hill. He's not being traded. He's not being traded. He's not being released. I just don't see it. The problem is there's no trade clause in the contract and cannot be broken if both sides of the contract agree to it. So Caleb is saying bottom 5. What are you smoking? I mean, and so without Diggs, we would be, right? And so who would you put on our list that would make us even 50%? We're talking about without Stefon Diggs. And so the Bills would have a bottom 5 wide receiver. That's how it works. Jordan Smith says, are you a Chick-fil-A fan? Yeah, dude, I'm really not the biggest on fast food. The most fast food I'll have is my Dunkin' coffee every single morning. And no, there's no Tim Hortons down here. Otherwise, it would definitely be rocking with that. Coffee, fast food, but say that I'm trying to treat myself. Yeah, dude. And so I'll mess around with a chicken sandwich every now and again. It's been a while though. In fact, it sounds good. Sounds good. I don't even know. You may have just given me a lunch idea. And Bengals Babe is coming in, helping me out, saying Finns are not winning anything. Thank you so much. Sometimes it takes an objective opinion to really humble a fan base that does not have a single leg to stand on. AGG909 says, hey, Dan, here in Southern California, I love watching your show. Hey, man, listen, I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that, man. Southern Cal, are you in LA or are you in San Diego? San Diego, I love. My buddy Richie's actually spending some time in LA right now. So super, super cool. Hardly this team is going to get it done this year. We are going to get it done, baby. I love it. Lucas. So do you think he wants to make sure that he is given enough targets? Was this an issue last year? I think it was. It's tough, man. It's tough. He still had over an 1,000-yard year last year. I'm not even necessarily sure. Maybe Dorsey was afraid of all of the attention he was getting, double teams, triple teams. Who knows? He was getting upset about it. I really don't know. So even though you are delusional as to how good Allen and the Bills are, I do love all AFC's roundtable casts except for the Pats. Plasterhead jerk. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, man. Michael, resident Browns fan. Morning, Danny boy. On my lunch break. How are you doing today? I am doing better than yesterday. I feel like that I've accepted the fact that drama is literally right in front of the Buffalo Bills right now. And I just wanted to hop on here, talk to everybody, sort of discuss updates, give theories after we ended up getting a good night's sleep on it. We were able to sleep on it and figure things out. But, dude, I am doing great. Michael actually writes for the Browns or writes about the Browns as a career. Super cool. I know that a lot of us always wanted to get into sports media. Huge viewer of the show. I definitely appreciate you for that. Dorsey needs to feel the pressure Diggs is applying. Maybe this time he won't interview with other teams during the playoffs. I think that's good. I think that whole coaches doing interviews during the playoffs should be banned. I really do. If I was in charge of an organization, I would not allow any of my staff to have any interviews during the playoffs. Zero. Nothing. Zero communication. Nothing at all. Once the playoffs are over, go on ahead and take care of your business. All right? It's how it is. If say that you don't like it, resign and find another team that is willing to do that so you can shift your priorities elsewhere. I always never found that to make sense. It's fun to be the villain and not the underdog all the time. Absolutely. It's fun to be the villain every now and again. So we know if Diggs showed today. Ross, great question. As of right now, I'm getting the inclination, and not unless anybody knows what time they're starting, but I'm getting the idea that today might be a practice where media isn't involved at all. Nobody's talking to the media. Nobody's present. I'm not even sure. Not unless practice is a little later today, but I don't think we'll know anything. Glenn says, you don't want any of this smoke. Buffalo Motivated says, if Diggs' issue is all about Dorsey, I'm here for it, and I'm on his side. I think that Dorsey has a lot to learn, and I really hope that he changes up his scheme. Although that I do like to put things in context, really wasn't much of a difference statistically from last year. Like, really wasn't much of a difference as far as production in offense compared right to Dable. Seriously, wasn't. But maybe he just tweaked a couple of things that made it look shittier, I guess. I don't know. Glenn says, but tonight is about the Pats, so you get a break tonight. Glenn, thank you. Thank you. That's one thing I do like. He comes onto our show in the AFC's Roundtable, and he just berates us. He sticks to his word, and he just goes one team at a time. So he goes one team at a time, and I can definitely respect that. Why is it a Dolphins fan in here? Didn't y'all lose to our second string quarter? Oh, man. So to be honest, I think it has something to do with Dorsey and the play calling. I don't think he did that bad of a job. He really didn't. I mean, maybe he was just mad about like certain tweaks that he put in, but who even knows? Tim, my boy, is coming in saying, it's time to pick up a first-round wide receiver in the draft. Keep the 10 picks we have and trade some of the lower picks during the draft for a second first-round pick as well. Like I said, I think Diggs is going to be on this team, but writing is on the wall. I feel like that he went through a similar situation with Minnesota the year before he was traded, so he still played a full year in Minnesota after this whole drama thing started happening. So, yeah, I think that we 1,000% for next year's draft need to put wide receiver as a number one priority. I really do. I know that McDermott's in love with his defense. I know that there's going to be a lot of defensive tackles that are coming up for free agency as well that he might want to re-sign or bring somebody else in. But draft picks, dude, we need to damn focus on some playmakers next year. But I'm not worried about next year. I'm not worried about the draft. Right now, all I'm worried about is the 2023 season, making sure that this Diggs situation gets completely resolved. Nobody's tweeting anything about practice today, so I'm assuming that we're going to have to go. Wyatt Whitaker, who is your top 5 receivers? Top 5 receivers in the league. I got Justin Jefferson, number 1. Tyreek Hill, number 2. Stefon Diggs, number 3. No. Never mind. Excuse me. Okay. Number 1, I have Justin Jefferson. Number 2, I have Devontae Adams. Number 3, I have Tyreek Hill. Number 4, I have Stefon Diggs. And then number 5, shit, who am I missing? Somebody that's absolutely I don't think D-Hop's in the top 5 anymore. He could have me wrong. Diggs at 4. Number 5, who else am I thinking? Shit, I had a brain fart right now, man. I had a brain fart. Can't even think. So I feel the Bills have avoided drama for a while now, so maybe it's our turn for this. I know, dude. I feel like there's been no drama in the Bills organization for a long time, and like all this shit's just hitting. Dave Lewandowski is coming in. What's up, Dave? Hope all is well. Hey, Dan, what do you think the team is going to look like? What kind of schemes will they use? What teams will be an issue for the Buffalo Bills? So there's a couple of things with this question that I love, by the way. I really want our defense to have a bit more of an aggressive tone this season. I really do. I hope McDermott is going to sort of stir that up, make our guys a bit more aggressive and absolutely attack the ball. Not so much a bend and break. I don't want that bend and break scheme. Home run hitters, go in there and be as aggressive as humanly possible. I do want to see a bit more of our slot guy involved. I think now that we end up having an actual threat that's going to be coming out of the slot, I think that that's going to be great. And I want us to not abandon the run. We have the players finally that can run the football. We ended up improving our offensive line from a run blocking scheme with McGovern and then also with Osiris Torrance as the rookie. So I want to see us not completely abandon running the football, which Dorsey did regularly last year. And to be honest with you, so did Dable. Dable abandoned the run all the damn time. I think it had to do with his lack of faith in personnel because he ran the ball a hell of a lot more during his first year in New York with Saquon Barkley. So we're just going to have to see how it all plays out and figures it out from there. I think the issue with Steph could also be what caused Leslie Frazier to take a year off. Maybe it's related. Maybe it's not. It's tough. So I love Diggs. This is healthy. They have to get on the same page. The bickering Bills 2.0 of 2023. Jimmy comes in. The most important question is, how does this affect LeBron's legacy? Dude, you know that LeBron was a key factor into this whole thing. He definitely was. He saw it coming like 3 years ago. You know LeBron is here. Wow. Bill's time is up. It's 2 a time. Okay, Freddie. Interesting. This is a YouTube name for sure, bro. That is a YouTube name. Sal says, not a good look wearing a Dolphin. Dude, this is a Masters hat, brother. This is green. This is green. This ain't Dolphins colors, dog. It's a Masters hat. It's a Masters hat, man. Frazier didn't slip. The Bills moved on from him. They did. I think it was just sort of something from that interview. So Tua can't even stay healthy. So how can we win anything? We have Bills and Dolphins fans absolutely just ripping each other apart in the live chat right now. I hope we're turning into the 90s bickering Bills. That would be great because you know what comes next? Those Super Bowl appearances. The only thing is that we need to hope that the outcome is different for at least 2 of them or 1 of them even. I won't even be greedy. Just give me 1. So excited for a healthy Tre'Davious. He has also looked good in camp. The video, actually, let's pull this up. Let's pull up Trey White. I think Trey White actually looked real damn good. Oh, man, he was looking really good, actually. Here, let me go ahead and share this screen real fast so we can all show what's up. Let's talk about my boy. Let's see what the guy's talking about there. He's moving again, man. It's confident. You can tell. Oh, okay. I'm going to make sure that music is down because it's going to be copyrighted if not. Dude, he's looking quick on his damn feet. He's looking confident. Everyone's sleeping on my boy Trey, man. Everyone thinks he's done. He ain't done, man. Dude ain't done. Yo, man, there's that there's that guy. Good coverage. Solid coverage. I'm excited about Trey. It's that revenge year. It's that revenge year coming on up. Can't even be upset about it. Micah Hyde looks good this year too. Michael says, I'll have to check out the AFC's roundtable. I haven't seen it yet. It's a great show, man. It's a great show. We have shows every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. EST. This season, we're going to be implementing a lot of new content. We're going to be doing a Monday stream. We're going to be doing some pre-recorded videos, and we're also doing that giant events. Week 1, Buffalo Bills, New York Jets, where we're doing a live show, open bar at this bar right outside of MetLife, food, and we're providing tickets to the game for anybody that's interested. We have like 17 tickets left. So if you're interested, also DM me on Twitter. I can go on ahead and send you over some more information if you want to have an opportunity of meeting up with us at Bills Jets Week 1. And then you could also sit with us as well, myself and TD Finstock, same with Richie from New York Jets Media, and then Master at Work as well, the Patriots contributor of that. So did you see what Diggs posted on his IG story? Could it be another cryptic thing by Diggs? In my opinion, right here, I'll go on ahead and then I will Diggs quote. Let's see. So this is what he posted in case anybody didn't know. So we'll go ahead and add this to the stream real fast. It said that I just be letting people cap. And so if those lies help you sleep better, tell them, big dog. So this is what I want to do. I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy and paste it, as you can see. And then we are going to December 19th, 2022. Where is this from? These are all predated. Before this even ended up happening. So let's see. Let's Google this real fast. Let's see where this originated from. Of course, Stefon Diggs is going to say that. Diggs is just all over the, like, this has a source, right? This has a source. And I have, wait, lyrics? Wait a minute. No. This 1,000%, I'm not going to lie to you, came from something that he was watching. It came from something that he was watching. It came from a song that he liked, that he was vibing with. This could be completely unrelated, or maybe he found it relatable and he put it out there, but it definitely wasn't like a direct quote from Stefon Diggs. He was quoting something else. So maybe he felt inspired by it. Maybe he thought that it was relatable and he wanted to put it on the internet. I'm not entirely sure how that plays out, but that's how these things work. Let's go ahead and, oh my God, skip down on the chat, baby. We're going in here. 76 like here. That's absolutely right. Ladies and gentlemen, best way to support the channel is simply just by smashing that like button. It takes less than a second, and then it's free. And it's a great way to support the channel, and it helps me significantly out with that YouTube algorithm. Only thing I ask for you, thank you so much. And I always appreciate everybody rocking with me, right? I stream twice a day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. EST, and then for Bills Mafia happy hour, typically at 5 p.m. EST as well. Sometimes if breaking news happens, I'll do it earlier or I'll do an extra stream. So make sure you like this video. Make sure you turn on the notifications so you know when I am live, so we can have these conversations with each other. Would mean a lot. And once again, I appreciate all of you rocking with me, whether or not it's your Bills Mafia or any other fan base in the NFL. It's definitely always good. Eventually, this show was supposed to be about like just standard NFL stuff, but there's been so much Bills news going out that I had to dedicate 2 streams to it. Steve Rose said, "Did you see Diggs's Twitter like?" Nope, but we're gonna take a look. We're gonna see his Twitter like. Let's see, Diggs. My guy. Where's my boy? Where's my boy? There he is. Okay. Never stop learning. What has he liked? It's past time for the Bills to show Stefon Diggs who's boss. You can't have the students in charge of the school. Diggs is sabotaging the season before. Oh, dude. Who is this guy? Oh, no. That ain't good. Oh, man. Dude. I feel like fans sometimes, like fans don't realize like how much some of their statements on social media like don't affect players' decisions of being out of somewhere. I feel like some people like they just like go onto social media and they don't think about what they type, and they type it based out of pure passion, and they think that that's not something that resonates with these players. Like, say that I'm a professional athlete and something was going on that they knew nothing about, and if they were just tweeting at me, just pissing me off, like, you best believe that's going to play a factor in, do I even want to play for this team now, since these fans just like can't be quiet or something like that? It's wild. So Diggs isn't there right now. I'm trying to tell y'all, my boy's cousin is a reporter and covers the team. He said he hasn't seen Diggs anywhere, and it's 11:45. Was practice supposed to be like right now? Because I think when they're talking about it, let's see. Yeah, dude, there's been zero news coming out of camp today. So we'll just have to see. The Bills should have traded for Jerry Jeudy, huh? Yeah, dude. Matt C is coming in saying that his cousin's a reporter. He's saying he hasn't seen Diggs at practice all day. So that's concerning, to say the least. Josh Arnold came in and said, "Did you see Kincaid's route that Sal Capaccio tweeted? It was one of the smoothest routes I've ever seen by a tight end ever. I know it's only practice." Let's see. See if we got Sal Capaccio. Let's go ahead and pull up this guy's video. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. There you go. Okay. I do want to see the clean route that he was discussing. Let's go ahead and pull this up on some Dalton Kincaid action. So we can salivate at least a little bit. Show me. That's good. Here's Dalton Kincaid. Oh, dude. Let's watch that again. Look how clean that was. That's a tight end. That's a tight end, ladies and gentlemen. That's a tight end. Hold on. That dude, that is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good if you ask me. Pretty damn good if you ask me. So JJ is like D-Hop. He's talking about wanting to be on a contender, but actually is just chasing a bag. Tim Stark is saying that Diggs is not at practice today. I've been looking at Twitter, man, and I haven't seen any official reports. I wouldn't be surprised based off of how yesterday went. But I don't even know. Bill says there's a side of social media that sucks for everybody. Absolutely. Cody. Sorry, Cody. Thank you, Cody. Practice is 12:15. My man. 12:15. We got 20 minutes. It's 11:45. I will know. In fact, Cody, I'm going to keep that on the screen. Okay, 12:15, 20 minutes. No one's talking about anything. No one's like normally before practice, like everybody's going off, just being like, hey, like practice starts at 12:15. So-and-so and so-and-so is going to meet with the media afterwards at 2 p.m. So we're just going to have to, I guess, see how it works out. Love coach, but McDermott played it wrong. It's open to media. Matt Perino. Okay, I also got to get on Matt Perino's thing. I got to follow this guy as well so I can get all of this. Is that my guy? No, that's some doctor. Matt Perino. There he is. I got to follow my boy. I got to turn on my notifications so I know. Okay, Bills practice at 12:15 today, and it's open to media. Obviously, everybody waiting to hear if Stefon Diggs is there. Team will have to grant special permission to be able to tweet that information while the practice is in progress. At the latest, that information should come out around 2 to 2:15. Interesting. So we're not going to know until 2:15. Mute it. I know, bro. Gotta mute it, or otherwise I'll be copyrighted. Can't do that. What did Dorsey do to our wide receiver one? We don't even know. LILLV says Bills Mafia warming up for their failed season. Yeah, man. Yeah. So if you're a Dolphins fan, like, let's actually connect so you can tell me how to deal with that, since you have so much experience of failed seasons. Your quarterback was cooked the following week. That's Beasley like he's coming. We're talking about Dalton Kincaid. Glenn says, hit that like button, my boy. Thank you so much. Media is allowed. I saw Josh Allen on the news last night. He's got to be. He said, this can be medicine for the Bills with the Diggs drama. It's time for a ring. Yeah, he could be talking about the communication about letting Chad Hall walk. I mean, really, at the end of the day, he didn't get fired. I mean, he just ended up taking another opportunity, right? So it's a two-way street. So I really couldn't see him being angry about that. You know, I mean, he could be. I don't know. So this was a multifaceted dig right here. It says, Diggs wants to play for a better team like the Texans or the Colts. The Madden curse begins. Oh, man. 305 all day. I do love the city of Miami. In fact, I'm going to be there in about a month for about a week. I'm excited. Real fun city. My name is George. George, what up, man? So I like this issue. It's simply Diggs calling out people that need to be called out. He and we want to win a Super Bowl. Absolutely true. Fins up is the stupidest shit ever. All love. Yeah, bro. All love indeed, man. All love indeed. Whoever said Texans, Colts, smoking work. Tim Stark's coming in saying, as a Broncos fan, I had to put up with Wilson's cooking last year. My fiance is a brand new Bills fan as she got into football last year. How would you explain Diggs' behavior to her? Man, you know what? It's very difficult for me to even be able to explain it to myself at this point, right? It's hard for me to explain it at myself. So apparently there are some non-football related issues, whether or not that it's a scuffle between another teammate and Josh Allen, or he doesn't like the direction of what the new offensive coordinator is trying to put in. But there is a personal issue. It's not money at all. He's just very angry with the team. We don't know if he's going to be at practice today. We just ended up getting a tweet from a reporter saying that practice, while it starts in 15 minutes, thank you, Cody, we're not going to know for sure if he's at practice until about 2 or 2:15 p.m. EST. So things are looking wild. Lucas is saying, I fully expect that Diggs will be present week 1, just making a stink now. I really hope that he's there for training camp. Hell, I really hope he's there today. However, I'm happy that we will have a running game this year. We have some dogs if they can stay healthy. If they can stay healthy. That's always how it looks. My mom said, Bills Mafia, relax. She loves Diggs and Josh. She should. She should. They are the golden child, the golden children of the NFL. Hopefully, if they're beefing, I hope that they can work it out because we have some things to worry about. So I got to make sure he has a good QB. Maybe Dan Jones. Heard the XFL has a. Oh my God, man! This is, dude. Come on. So obviously a troll. I can't take it seriously. Nobody's jealous of the Bills quarterback. The media hype Allen like he is the best since sliced bread. You would do unspeakable things for him to be a Dolphins quarterback. That's just absolute facts. Bills don't need Diggs. Diggs needs the Bills. Learn about it. Diva boy, go Bills. Listen, man. Hopefully things are good. We had a chance to get DeAndre Hopkins, was under the impression we were going to sign him, then not sign him and sign Floyd, Puna. I mean, maybe he wanted, like maybe he wanted wanted D-Hop, or maybe he didn't want D-Hop. Maybe he didn't want to have that go away. Andy Johnson coming in saying, overreaction Wednesday. It's definitely an overreaction. Skulls coming in saying, it wasn't about money in Minnesota either. I know, man. I know. It's funny because all these Minnesota fans are like rejoicing. They're like, man, it may not happen this year. It may not happen the next year, but it will happen. And we will be watching once this does happen. Crazy. Did anybody from the 90s Bills do what Diggs is doing now? They had like a big bickering. They were called the bickering Bills right before the Super Bowl years where like there was a bunch of animosity. They were just talking shit to each other and things weren't good in the locker room. But then they came together at the right time and came in. So are we going to act like Chris Collinsworth doesn't be acting like Pat Mahomes is his boyfriend? Oh, yeah, most definitely. That guy, like more like meat rides that guy more than anybody on the face of the planet. For Buffalo to win, they do have to change. They need to be more running team than a passing team. Take pressure off Josh, put less passes for Diggs. We need to adopt that run game, man. We need to adopt that run game. I really hope that's the case. And so I wouldn't be a Bills fan if I didn't overreact. Absolutely. Will Rath is coming in saying, I swear we're starting to become the Kardashians of the NFL with all this drama. Diggs needs to chill out and get to work so we can get a damn Lombardi. I cannot agree more, ladies and gentlemen. That's always a good thing. Yo, listen, thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of Don Mafia Live. As you know, I go live twice a day, Monday through Friday, one at 11 a.m. EST and then one at 5 p.m. EST. I plan on doing a lot of streams today. Around 2 p.m., I would imagine, once we hear the Diggs news, I'll probably go live again, and then at 5 p.m. for happy hour. So make sure you smash this like button right on your way out. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel if you have not already, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a show. Thank y'all so much. Love y'all. And we'll see you here in a couple of hours once we hear if Stefon Diggs showed up to practice today. Hopefully we'll be celebrating. Let's make it work. Right before I let you go, you better always remember, let's go Buffalo.